So hello, a long time no video. So this is gonna be a book review on Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. I think it's pronounced like that. Come on, camera, focus. Yes. And it's by Scholastic Press. The cover, first thing I want to say, cover is beautiful. Don't you agree with me on that one? And right now I'm reading the second one. I took off the dust cover. And second one's Linger. And it's in green. And, well, I'm going to point this out. A lot of people have said that theirs is navy blue, like this color, text, like on the second one. And second one's green. The text, as you can see, is green. And in the third one, it's right on my bookshelf, as you might have saw on my room tour. Second one, the cover is red, and the text is in red. So I'm trying to figure out why mine is in black, because a lot of people have said theirs is in blue, like this blue color. So I really am in love with the cover. Look at the color. The color is beautiful. But this is supposed to be about the actual book, the content. So yes, sorry I didn't put on anything this morning and I'm really tired. So that's why I look the way I do. Okay, so let's get started. Maggie Stiefvater. First chapter gets you hooked right away. I'm sorry about the background noise. So the first chapter gets you hooked up right away. Hooked up. Gets you really hooked. And it's really good, the first few chapters. And then it gets slower. And there is a lot of plot holes. Like, characters just come in and out of the story without it being, like, without them actually being a major part. Some characters, like, I really like Beck, but I wish the author, she would have elaborated more on that. Like, there's a lot of things that she just left hanging, and she could have really did a lot better. And this book got a lot of media attention and, like, hype about it, and I truly didn't see the big whoop about it. I mean, sure, it was a good werewolf story. I really like the concept. The only new concept is that they can change back and forth due to the weather. I kind of like that. It's not completely new, but it's different. Good job. Came up with one new creative idea, Maggie. So the writing style, I didn't personally really like it. It went back and forth, which I didn't mind. I don't mind that when it goes back and forth. But the story is just Sam and Grace. And it offers different, like, bits of insight. Sorry, I'm wearing sweatpants. Yes. It offers, like, pieces of information on both their things. But sometimes it just happens where in one chapter, Sam will be talking about something, and then the next chapter, Grace will be talking about the exact same thing, but it'll just be Grace's point of view. And sometimes their point of views aren't very different, so sometimes it feels like you're reading the same chapter over again. Just my opinion. Tell me if you don't like that. And, yes, this is no TMI huge craze that you should go hyped up about. I would just, if you really are bored, check it out from the library, see if you like it. I wouldn't go out and buy it. I got them as a gift, so, I mean, I don't care. The voices are kind of unbelievable. It seems like she is basically pouting and whining and just being selfish half the time. It's like Under the Never Sky. I don't know if I made a book review, but personal opinion, really nice, pretty good book. Beginning, I could not stand, the main girl character. I even forget her name now, because she didn't stick out in my mind. See, I'm never gonna forget Clary, because Clary was awesome. This is no TMI. I'm sorry. You're just, no. Sam and Grace don't cut it. You need Jace and Clary for it to be a good book. Go Cassandra Clare. So yes, instead of me ranting on about other books, so I had really high expectations when I read this book, and it was overrated. It was just really overrated, and I'm looking down because I wrote notes on my phone. So yes. Um, I like how the author described things. That's probably my only good thing about it, about her writing. And sometimes if you don't really look into the chapters, you might get confused on whose perspective it is. And they both are very bland, boring characters. There's no super insight. And basically, in the beginning, she never loved him as a person. She loved him for who he was as a wolf. And the first chapters are amazing how she does it. But it's like after that, she gave up and just went along with instead of, being like, Cassandra Clare or Suzanne Collins or Veronica Roth. They don't elaborate the being, so it's the most interesting part of the book. They're just trying to introduce you. Maggie Stiefvater, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm saying it with a weird accent. Stiefvater. It's probably like Steve Vader. Some people might say that. Oh well. But she just jumps into the story, tries to get people's attention, and it wears down. That's why a lot of people I've talked to about this book stopped reading it, and they've only read the first book or part of the first book or whatever. So this book overall, it was a iffy book. I would out of 10, I would give this about 5, 6, and that's me being generous. I like the thing. I like the concept, the plot, but overall, it's not really worth buying, and it's not a new concept or a plot. I just liked it because it was just a werewolf story, but I mean, I usually end up liking most books, so I thought I would like it. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed reading it, but it was a slow read. It's not really like, it's more of like a Beautiful Darkness where it takes longer to read. It's not like a TMI book where you really get into it as much. You don't get into this book as much, and there's no character development. There's a bunch of plot holes. There's a lot of writing errors, like not grammatical purposes, but like actual. If you read it, there's cliffhangers that never get tied up. So I'm hoping they do in the last book. I'm almost. I'll show. Can't really show you. I'm a little bit under halfway done and linger. And yes, so I would maybe recommend it depending on if you are into this hype. And it's not the romance isn't huge in the book. It's the main thing in the book, but it's not huge. So there's not really a plot anymore in the book. I've figured that out. So yes, I am petting my own hair. I'm gonna stop doing that now. And there's no huge adventure because I am a person who I really like adventure and war and kick butt type of books where like Percy Jackson or TMI. And for people who don't know what TMI is, because I've mentioned it so many times, I'm just going to clarify and put it down right here. And I'm going to say it too. The Mortal Instruments. Go read them if you haven't. And if you have, go back and reread them because they're just that awesome. So yes. Maybe read this book. I wouldn't completely recommend it. I wouldn't say don't read it, but it is slightly confusing and disappointing to read. So yes. Bye.